Greetings, I'm Michael O'Connor, and thanks for joining us at The Well. With me today again is Steve Marion. Steve, thanks for joining me. Steve, the topic of the day is dealing with doubt. What I mean by doubt here is, we all have doubts about our faith. That's what I'm really talking about. Things like, is Christ really in the Eucharist? Is there a life after death? So many things that we doubt, and sometimes we even doubt that there is a God. Sometimes doubt is to be, I guess it's just a normal part of life. It's a part of the human condition. And so, in fact, one of our greatest saints was a great doubter, Thomas. In fact, that's what he was named, is Doubting Thomas. But the thing different about Thomas is that he did something positive with that doubt. And that's what I want Matthew Kelly to kind of comment on here and give us a little background on what he thinks about doubt. Then I'd like to come back to you, because I know you and I have talked about this topic before, and get your perspective of dealing with doubt and how it's a part of growing our faith.
Okay. Is that, Thomas is traditionally referred to as Doubting Thomas. And the reality is we all have doubts. We all have doubts about many things. We have doubts about ourselves, we have doubts about other people, and we have doubts about our faith, and we have doubts about God. We have doubts. And doubting is part of the human condition. And so the only question becomes, how do we deal with our doubts? And there are many ways to deal with our doubts, just as there's many ways to deal with most things. Some ways are healthy, some ways are unhealthy. And unhealthy ways to deal with doubts are like to ignore them, to pretend they don't exist, and just hope they will go away. But of course, hope isn't a strategy. And so we're called to confront our doubts. In today's gospel, Jesus literally confronts Thomas's doubts. And in confronting his doubts, what happened to his faith? It grew exponentially, right? I mean, off the charts, through the roof. And that is the gift that our doubts want to give us. Our doubts want to help us grow in faith. Now, we can ignore them or we can investigate them. And what I would say is, when you have a doubt, go deep into it. Like if you disagree with the church about something, dive deep into that issue. Don't just say, well, I know better than 2,000 years of the best Catholic minds. Go deep into that issue and allow that issue to expand your vision of yourself, your vision of God, your vision of the church, your vision of the faith, and your experience of all those things as well. And so our doubts are a gift, and learning to see them as a gift changes the way we feel about them, changes the way we process them, changes the way we approach them. Our doubts are a gift. They're an opportunity to grow in our faith.
It's an interesting piece from Matthew Kelly. What are some of your thoughts on hearing that, Steve?
Well, I think first it's interesting that we treat the word doubt or the concept of doubt as a negative.
Yeah.
Most time you don't hear any positive spin off of doubt, but there's a lot of positives to be had from doubt, assuming that we utilize it in a healthy way. I think that doubt gives us the motivation to continue to search. I think one of the opposite terms of doubt is certainty. And I think the term certainty sometimes when it comes to our spirituality can be a negative, because I think once we settle on a belief and we don't continue to grow in deeper wisdom of that belief, that we become stagnant, and we might even outgrow that certainty and not even realize it. So doubt motivates you to keep searching and growing your faith, because as you become older and wiser, it takes a little bit more to fulfill that.
Are you saying
faith.
like doubts almost are like the roots of a tree, that the more you go through periods of doubt, the deeper the roots go?
Yeah, and it's superficial to begin with, and I think our faith gets deeper. We get deeper in our faith as we get older, and therefore, we're continuing to search for something that that might further explain some of the doubts we have. I don't think we're capable on earth, in my opinion, of completely understanding the full concept of our faith or of afterlife or of Jesus or any of that. But doubt creates a format in which we can continue to search and grow deeper as we go older.
We were talking about, well, going on right, as we film this, we're ready to do the conclave in Rome, and watch you're watching the video, and something hit you, and what was that? It really is about that topic of doubt.
Yeah, if anybody who's seen that movie, at the point in which the facilitator of the conclave, one of the cardinals that's overseeing the specifics of it, starts an opening statement where he describes certainty as being a negative and doubt being a positive, and something to the effect that he wanted a pope who was a sinner, who searched for a deeper truth, who asked for forgiveness and didn't have that level of certainty that maybe would put him out of touch with the people.
Right. So I think one thing that hit me when Matthew was talking, Matthew Kelly here, is that he says, when you hit doubt, you got one or two choices, two paths you can take. One is just to go, well, I don't believe, and go on. And the other is, I'm going to look into this. And he challenges us to dive into it and research it and try to find the answers that were eluding us. I think about those stories of atheists who basically say, I don't believe. And that's fine, that's your choice. But when they have actually delved into researching it, they said, I'm not a believer, but I'm going to see what these 2,000 years of Christian thought is. And when they do a deep dive and study it, many of them come out the other side saying, you know what, this is true. And that's kind of interesting because they put a lot of work and effort into it. I don't think it's one and done either, Steve. I think, that's great. That's where they are right now. But for me, I don't know about you, but it's something that I have to constantly read, have an interpersonal reaction with, either through the sacraments or things like that, to keep that alive.
Yeah, I think we all go through dry periods. Faith is not a steady climb or a steady fall. You go up and down in it, and I think again back to our instinct when we're feeling dry, it then increases our doubt, and when our doubt is increased with faith, I think that our natural instinct is to try to discount that or to search for ways to answer that question and deepen that faith.
Doubt's an opportunity to grow, really. So what I encourage you to do is, when those periods of doubt hit, is do as Matthew says. Maybe just delve into it a little bit more. Ask the questions, research it, try to find out, use it as a motivator to search out the truth. And hopefully things will come around to you. But it's not easy sometimes.
I would say embrace doubt. Doubt is your
Okay.
friend if you embrace it. It's a motivator to strengthen your faith, to deepen your faith, and to continue to search for more wisdom as we grow older in our faith.
Kind of interesting how those doubts are the roots of our faith. So thanks. I think it was great discussion. Appreciate your comments there.
Thanks for having me.
Take care. Keep listening. Keep praying. God bless.
Thank you.